All right, so you clicked on this because you want to run Facebook lead ads. Guys, my entire business when I was working with my dad in the Denver, Colorado market, and we were growing the team exponentially, it was built on Facebook. That is what I am known for. That is what people have called me the guru in. Is Facebook lead ads was our absolute favorite way to generate leads at $1 a piece, $2 a piece, $3 a piece, and it got us out of the rat race of always having to run open houses and door knock. And guys, there's so many of those things I never did because of Facebook lead ads. And so with that being said, we are going to dive into a video on the best practices on how to create a Facebook lead ad for each and every listing of yours or each and every listing of other agents in the market. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to actually be the one showing you how to do this. Matt Golba, who is going to make many appearances throughout this YouTube channel you will see, is our resident in-house ads manager expert. He is going to walk you through the exact methods that I taught him how to implement for our team and hundreds of other agents across the country. He's a true expert in this area, and I'm super excited for him to get to share this video with you guys. This also falls into the category of a virtual assistant. A VA can be taught how to do everything Matt's about to teach you. So I hope you guys are ready. Hope you're ready to start generating some Facebook leads. And with that being said, I want you to I want you to subscribe, and as always, hit that little bell button so more training videos from Matt and myself will be put in here. You guys will get notified each and every time. And with that being said, let's dive right in.
All right, guys, so in this video, we are going to be going over setting up the most popular style of real estate ad, and that is a single listing lead generation ad. Now, what that means is that we are going to take a listing that you have or that an agent in your office has that has given you permission to run, and you're going to take that listing and you are going to be advertising it on Facebook. What I mean by a lead generation style ad is simply that anybody that wants more information on the home, they're going to have to provide their first name, their last name, their email, and their phone number. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Awesome. So the very first step, obviously, is going to be to log in to your Facebook. And so from here, we are going to be logging into the ads manager. There's two ways to do this. The first way is to click on this little drop down and click manage ads right here. If you do not see this option, whenever you log into your Facebook, if you do not see this manage ads button, what you'll need to do is open a new tab and type in Facebook ads manager. When you type that in, click on this link that's facebook.com business tools ads manager, and then click go to ads manager. From there, it might ask you a few things to get your account set up. It's probably going to ask you to type in your credit card information and things like that, just so that it can have all of that info ready for whenever you do set up your first ad. But if you do see this drop down, you can just click manage ads right here, and then it will take you to the list of your ads accounts. So I've already got Justin's pulled up right here. So what we are going to do whenever you are in your ad account, first of all, you'll click on which ad account you want to run it from. It will probably just be like your first name and your last name and a few digits after that. But you'll click on that, and then you'll click this big green create button right here. And once we click this green button, you will then choose lead generation as your campaign objective, and then click continue. And this will pull up our campaign. So we are going to change the campaign name to 123 Main Street I'm just using this as a dummy example. You will use the address of your home. And then this is really important, guys. A lot of people forget to do this, and a lot of ads are rejected for this reason. Make sure that you have the special ads category turned on, and then choose housing. So this is necessary to have your ads running and to stay compliant with Facebook advertising policies. Um, Campaign details, this is all fine. A/B test, no need to change or do anything with that. If your campaign budget optimization is turned on, make sure that's turned off. So that will be the campaign section of the ad that we're setting up. As you can see right here in the left-hand side, we have the campaign, the ad set, and then the ad. All three of these things will need to be set up to get our ad running. So next we will click next here in the bottom right hand corner. And then we'll change the ad set name to the address of the home. And then make sure that your Facebook page is connected. As you can see, we got our necessary page connected right here. Dynamic creative, make sure that's turned off. And by the way, you'll probably have to accept these terms if you've never set up an ad before. So it will say like accept terms instead of view terms right here. But dynamic creative, make sure that's turned off. Budget and schedule. So this is kind of at your discretion how you choose to, run an ad and how you choose to spend money over the course of the ad, over the life of the ad. But what I recommend, especially if this is your first ad that you've ever run, first of all, change it to a lifetime budget. And what that means is that there's a defined start and end date. A lot of times people will run a daily budget and they'll forget to turn it off, or they won't set an end date. So it will keep running even though they don't really know it. And by the end of potentially a month, they'll be like, oh man, I spent way more than I was intending to. So make sure you have that set to a lifetime budget. And then especially right now, homes are selling pretty quickly. So I would recommend maybe doing like a week to a week and a half, and then a minimum of $50 over the course of that week. So for this, I'm going to do like a $70 ad spend. We'll start it here November 5th, and then we'll end it. We'll end it like the 15th. So we'll do that. Then we'll change this to PM. You don't have to change it to PM, but if you want it to run the entirety of the last day, make sure it's changed to PM. And then we will scroll down. So that's the budget and schedule section. There's another thing that you can do if you choose to. So with the ad scheduling, if you click more options, it says run ads all the time. So that's the default. So ads will run from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., right? It will run the entirety of the day. So if you click on edit, run ads on a schedule, as you can see, you can kind of mess around and play with this. Like if you wanted to run your ads from like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, you could do that. Or if you didn't want to run ads over the weekend, you could take off the weekend or whatever it is that you choose to do. I typically recommend just having it running all the time. But if for whatever reason you can't work the weekends, or that on a day coming up you're not going to be able to work your leads properly, then running the ads this way is definitely not a bad idea on a schedule. So we'll go ahead and turn this off for now. And then we'll keep scrolling down here. Let's see. So location, this is going to be the next thing that we need to change. This obviously depends on where you are based out of. So I'm based out of Fort Worth. So I will type in Fort Worth, Texas. And then automatically it will have a 15 square mile radius as the radius of where the ad is going to be projected to. You cannot make this any smaller, but you can make it bigger. So like if I wanted to include Dallas, in this, if I was working Dallas and all the way up to Denton and things like that, then I could increase that radius. But typically, what I recommend is just keeping the 15 square mile radius unless you're in a really rural town where there's not a whole lot of people and you want to include the nearby towns, or really anywhere that you're willing to work or think that somebody would be really willing to relocate from. So if you think that somebody would be willing to move all the way from Denton to where your home is listed in Fort Worth, then you can choose to have that included in the advertisement boundaries. Um, Another kind of cool thing that you can do is like if you wanted to do Fort Worth, and then like you also wanted to like include homes from like Waco, for example, but you didn't want to include all that area in between, you can drop a pin on Waco, or you can just type in another location and type in Waco. So you can have multiple locations in the parameters of your ad boundary that you set up. But just for the purposes of your first ad and maybe testing it out, I would just recommend the 15 square mile radius on the city in which your home is located. So we've got that set up. We cannot change age like we used to be able to about 2 years ago. Facebook kind of cracked down on discriminatory practices. We also cannot change gender, but we can do some detailed targeting, and we are going to do that. So what that means is like you can kind of target people that you think would be interested in buying a home. So type in Zillow in the search bar and then include that in the interest, and then click on the suggestions right here and it will pull up all these like first time home buyer, house hunting, mortgage loans. So I would say go through and maybe choose about 5 or 6 of these. So I'll do first time home buyer, I'll do homes.com, house hunting, uh, let's see, mortgage loans, single family detached home, pre-qualification lending. You can kind of go through. I wouldn't do anything too broad. Like real estate is really broad. And then like house is also super broad. So I would do kind of these more detailed and more niched down parameters for the interest. So this right here is probably a good little list to start with. But we'll keep scrolling down. For placements, so you have the option of doing automatic placements and manual. Manual, you can kind of go through and choose like Facebook stories and Facebook Marketplace, and Facebook, or like if you just wanted to do the Facebook news or the Facebook wall or whatever, or if you wanted to link Instagram. That's all cool, and you can kind of mess around with that if you choose to, but I recommend doing automatic placements. In fact, I do automatic placements on most of my ads, as those typically do end up running the best. So we'll just keep that on automatic placements. Optimization and delivery, you do not need to do anything with this. So that is it for the ads, or for the ad set section. As you can see right here, you can kind of gauge like your audience definition. It says your audience is defined. I'm in the green. I'm not too specific and I'm not too broad. Here's my potential reach, 530,000 people, which is a good potential reach. Estimated daily results between 188 to 544 people seeing it daily. And then leads, it says less than 10. If you see that it says 0 leads right here, do not be freaked out by that. It happens for pretty much everybody running the first ad. In fact, even on accounts where I'm getting like 50 cents a lead, at times it will tell me that I'm going to have, a zero leads per day projection. And it's simply not, it's not going to be the case. If you set these up correctly, you'll be getting leads in at a good cost per lead. So we will click next, and now we're on to the ad itself. Ad name, change that to the address of the home, 123 Main Street. Let's see, missing lien form, create a form. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. If you get these types of messages, don't freak out and click them. Just keep working on your ad. When you click publish at the end, if there's anything wrong, it will let you know. So Identity, so it's going to be posted onto the Facebook page that we've selected. Make sure that that's your real estate business Facebook page. Instagram account, so if you have one that you want to link, you can. So it will automatically do that if you have automatic placements on. And then for the ad setup, we're going to do single image or video. And we're going to clear the image that's already there. And we're going to click add media. So if you don't have like a picture of your house saved, what you can do is go back up to the top here. Let's see this thing. All right. So we'll go back up to the top. This thing keeps popping up in the way. Sorry about that. There we go. And so you can, type in the address of your home, 123 Main Street, right? And then pull up like, a Zillow or a Trulia site, of it. So we'll type in 123 Main Street, Fort Worth. That's kind of funny that that's actually an address, but you will see like the actual listing with all the pictures at this point. So what you can do is just click on a good picture of the front of the house, right click it, and then click save or download, and then download that picture. And then you can get back into your ads manager section, click add media, add image, upload. And then from here, so we're on our downloads, we will scroll through and find an image of that house. It will typically save, like if you have date added as like the parameter in your downloads, it will typically just be the top one. Obviously, I didn't actually save an image, so I'm just going to find a random picture that I've advertised in the past. Let's see, is this a house? It is. Cool. So we'll click next. This is fine. Click done. Awesome. And so now we're on to the primary text of the ad. And what that is, when I start typing here, you'll start to see it pop up here. So it's going to be like just the main text body of the ad itself. So what we're going to want to do for this, first of all, start with an emoji as it stops the scroll. It makes it kind of pretty too. The emoji that I recommend is this little house with like a tree and a bush in the front. If you can't find that, just type in house and then just click on this one. And if you're wondering how I pulled that emoji keyboard up, if you are on a Mac, press Control, Command, and Spacebar at the same time, and it will pull up your emoji keyboard. And if you are on a Windows computer, I believe it's the Windows key and period at the same time, and then that will pull up your emoji keyboard. You can also type in like emoji keyboard in Google, and you can copy and paste emojis that way if you're unsure how to pull up that emoji keyboard, or if you're having trouble pulling that up. But we'll type in a house. We'll type in a house in our emoji keyboard. We'll use this little picture of a house. Click space, and then this. You guys can kind of have some freedom here as to how you choose to advertise or how you choose to word the description of the home. But if you're setting up your first ad, I would copy this one pretty much verbatim. Obviously it's going to be a little bit different based on the main attractions and the main aspects of your home. But what we're going to do is check out this beautiful home, exclamation point. And then we are going to like hashtag the main aspect. So we're always going to start with the bedroom. So 3 bed, 2 bath, and then, whatever you think. So like a pool, if a house has a pool in Texas, that's really popular. So we'll do pool, granite counters, right? Make sure that, by the way, like if it's 2 or 3 words or whatever together, just type them out together, but capitalize the first letter of each word. So like, as you can see, granite counters, hardwood floors, behind pool, we'll actually do like, great neighborhood. And if you want to list the specific neighborhood that it's in, that's totally cool. You can do that. If there's like cool views, or if it's on the lake, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The main aspects of the home, you want to make sure that those are listed first. And then I would typically recommend having anywhere from like 5 to 10. You can make it as long as you want, as short as you want. Just make sure that there's some points that if they can't see it in this front picture of the house, and you want them to know that it's there, make sure that you hashtag it. So then we will end this little section with the same emoji. And then we'll click enter, and type out click below to view all photos, price, location, and estimated mortgage payments. And then we'll pull up our emoji keyboard again, and then type in down and use this little emoji right here. It's going to point down towards the home and the button. So if you guys are like, okay, so we're only providing one picture, that seems a little odd. We didn't list the price, we didn't even list the address, like what's going on? So those are all great questions, but the reason that we do this is because if we list the address and we list the price and we have all the photos, they have really no reason to click on to, our button of learn more and fill out their information and be taken to a screen to where they can view the home. If they have all the information right here, they're not going to do that. And for that reason, we're not going to capture that lead and be able to follow up with them and check in to see what kind of home that they're looking for, and see what their home buying needs are. So that's the reason that we keep it pretty vague. But for the headline, we will do click to view home, emoji keyboard, type in right, and then click on that emoji right there. And it is, as you can see, it's pointing to the sign up button, but we're actually going to change that call to action from sign up to learn more. It's just a little bit more inviting. You can keep it at sign up, but I would just recommend changing it to learn more. So that all looks good. The ad itself looks good. Obviously make sure that, you didn't misspell anything, which is something that I have to remind myself to do every now and then, because if I get going, I might accidentally mistype something. But that all looks good to me. So we will keep scrolling down. And now we are on our instant form. So make sure that instant form is selected. And what you're going to do is click right here on instant form, create form. Change the form name to the address of the home, 123 Main Street. We are looking for more volume instead of higher intent. So just keep more volume selected. For the intro, just keep it on, use the image from your ad. Greeting, just remove this greeting, we don't need it. Questions, we'll add questions. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. So pre-fill questions right here. We've got an email and a full name currently. We're actually going to delete full name, add category, contact or user information, first name, add category, user information, last name, add category, contact fields, phone number. And we are going to drag email. So as you can see, there's these little dots. Just click and drag email below last name. So first name, last name, email, phone number. That's the order we want it in. For the description right here, this used to not be something you had to do, but Facebook is being weird and making you do a description. letting people know why you're asking for their information. So just say, we will use this info to contact you about the listing. You can really do whatever you want here. They don't really check this. You just have to provide something there. If you don't like the wording that I use there, that's totally fine. You can change it to whatever you're wanting to change it to, but that is just what I do on all of my ads that I create. And then for privacy, what we need to do is link a privacy policy. So if you're with Keller Williams, EXP, Coldwell Banker, whoever it is that you're working with, what you can do is go back up into your tab bar, open a new tab, and then type in. So for example, if you're with Keller Williams privacy policy. And then, so for whatever reason, Keller Williams pulls up their headquarters privacy policy. If you have like a broker specific privacy policy that you can link, do that. But if not, just link the headquarters one. It's going to be totally fine. Go back into your ads manager, link, paste that on in there under link text. You can leave that blank. Custom disclaimer, no need to add one. Finally, we were on the completion of the ad form. So headline, thanks, you're all set, is totally fine. The description, we do want to change this though. Change this to something like, your info has been sent to, and then whatever your page name is. So first name, this is what we typically see, first name, last name, agency, right? Or brokerage. Whatever your page name is. So if it's Justin Nelson, EXP, right? So your info has been sent to Justin Nelson, EXP, first name, last name, brokerage. Click below to view all photos, price, location, and estimated mortgage payments, exclamation point. And then the call to action, we'll keep that call to action on view website, but change the call to action text to view home, right? And then for the link, so if you have like an MLS link that you would like to use, or if you're, if you have a website that has the property and the listing on there, you can use that as well. The only thing that I will tell you is that if you have your own website that has the listing, make sure that your site settings are not set to aggressive. And what that means is like they've just had to provide all their info right here, their first name, their last name, their email, their phone number, right? So we don't want them to have to do that again on your website. If they have to do it twice, they're going to get pissed. They're not going to like that. So make sure that you have it set to where they do not have to fill out their info if they land on your site. If you don't want to worry about that, that's totally fine. You can use Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia. I'm just going to use this random Trulia link that I pulled up earlier, link it here, and then I'm going to click publish. Once you click publish, you can see it pop up here, right here. Your instant form has been added. So finally, that is everything. You can do some things with like Facebook pixels if you know what you're doing there. We'll probably have a section on how to do the Facebook pixels later on, but it's really not important with this type of ad to be tracking any sort of pixel information. So from here, really all you need to do is just you can kind of go back through and make sure that you have everything set up correctly. Make sure your special ads categories turned on. Make sure that your budget is set up. It's not $700, it's $70 or whatever it is, and make sure it's not December 15th, it's November 15th. You want to make sure that you got everything just completely set up correctly. Go back here, and then finally you'll click publish. So I'll go ahead and click publish here. Obviously, I'm going to delete this before it actually starts running. And what that means is, let me show you actually. So loading ads. We'll wait for this to load for a sec. Let's see. It's taking so long. Why is it taking so long? Let's close out of that. Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, here's the ad itself. So we're on our, just like the ad creation, campaign, ad set, ads. So you can check out each of those things. But on this campaigns page, you can see that the ad is in review. So somebody from Facebook's team has to go in, and it's more than likely just an algorithm, but they have to make sure that your ad is not violating any of their policies or have any sort of profanities or whatever it is. They got to make sure that everything's set up in a way that is compliant with their policies. So just make sure that you have that noted, that your ad is not going to start running right away. It will take up to 12 hours to get approved. Usually it's within the first, few hours though, sometimes even minutes. But so what we're going to do now is kind of look around and see what the ad looks like as it's in review. So here, like I said, here's the campaign. So you can see the results, the reach, impressions, cost per result, amount spent, and when the ad ends. You can see all of those things from the campaigns page. From the ad sets page, you can see all of these parameters, right? So you can constantly be checking these while the ad is running. It's not ultra important. The main things that you want to be checking on are when you click on ads here, make sure that your cost per result is not outrageously high. And what that means, and this is different for everyone because everyone's from a different geographic area, but a good cost per result in Fort Worth or in the DFW area where I'm located is anywhere from $1.50 to $3. That's a pretty good cost per result. If you can get it lower, that's great, but that's not always the case. A lot of it depends on the property that you have listed. If it's a more popular type of property, that's going to sell quicker, typically that cost per result will be a lot less. But you can check on those types of things. And finally, if you don't have a CRM, and even if you do, you can go in here whenever you click on the ads button, or the ads right here, and you click on Facebook lead of the ad that you have created. What that's going to do is show you all the leads that have come in. So obviously it's 0 for us right now because this ad isn't even live. But when you do have ads coming in, you can go in and check them, throughout the day and click download new leads, download them as a CSV file, and then all of your new leads will be viewable here. You can transfer them over to an Excel sheet or to a CRM. And that is one way that you can view the leads. In a later video, we are going to be going over how to connect your CRM to your Facebook leads, so that they're automatically sent over, and you can even have like an automated drip campaign set up on the back end. But like I said, that will be in a later video. So make sure to tune in for that one. But guys, without further ado, I think that will cover everything. So if you guys have any questions, like I've mentioned, feel free to reach out to me in the Facebook group. Also, you know, send me a friend request, Matt Golba, on Facebook. I would love to hear what kind of results you guys are getting on your ads. And I would love to check out what you've got going on. So definitely shoot me over that friend request and we can kind of take a look at what your ad looks like, or if you're having any issues, we can run through that with you. So appreciate you guys tuning into this video, and let's keep on trucking. We will now move on to a generalized Facebook ad. So make sure to tune in for that one. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey guys, Justin Nelson here. I just wanted to give you guys more information on where you can learn more about our services. If you want to learn more about our virtual assistants, you guys can just check in the links below in the description to learn where you guys can go and schedule a call with our team to learn all about what a virtual assistant can do in your business. And if you're looking for social media training, same thing below. You guys can go below and check out the links to our social media training, the latest and greatest things that we're up to. We'd love to have you a part of our Spirit Rocket Elite social media training, or we'd love to obviously help you find a rock star virtual assistant. With that being said, before we end the video here, make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.